Hi and welcome to all the racing viewers around the globe joining us for this pre-recorded show. We are recording early on a Monday morning for the Tuesday meeting in Gauteng, and obviously Monday is the double header. We've got Gauteng racing and also Hollywoodbets Scottsville due to the inclement weather. But not on the inclement weather side. We got Alistair Cohen after a wonderful weekend in the Cape. And Alistair, that racing was absolutely breathtaking. And what's been done at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth by Greg Borch, Justin Vermaak, yourself and the team, absolutely unbelievable. It was most encouraging.
Sheldon, it was just wonderful having you there and wonderful having Dees and Raheel through the summer season as well. Glad that you came to join us on Saturday to be part of that Grade 1 action. It was a lovely day out. A lot of people were obviously interested in the racing. A lot of people were interested in the prawns and the jazz that was situated in the grass area past the winning line. So it looks like everyone had a good day. I thought it was a very good season as well, where the 3-year-olds dominated through 8 on 18 and one stripe. But a season to remember. And the good news, Sheldon, is that it's all coming your side as far as the big horses and all the excitement is concerned. And you're right, this week starts on a good note with a double header on Monday and racing every day with some Grade 1s to look forward to on Saturday at Turpentine. Really like it, and I've told you off air, and I'm going to tell the punters, the bet of the week comes up on this card later on at the Vaal. Looking forward to taking you through it.
Well, we'll get to that bet of the week in a moment, and when we get to that bet of the week, you're going to be lapping it up, and I don't believe it's going to start at 15 to 10 as we record. Right, Alistair, let's get straight into the action. We're number 1, Old Fashioned, the gelding at 8 to 10, taking on the filly at 2 to 1, or number 8, Jazzed Up, so it's 60 kilograms versus the 57.5. Number 3, Ringo, the 4-year-old bay gelding with 60 kilograms at 3 to 1. And after that, it's 20 to 1 bar. Are you strongly in the camp of number 1, Old Fashioned, or are you looking to jazz it up?
I'm going towards number 1, Old Fashioned, but I do think it's a race in 2, Sheldon. The bar pot is my suggested bet, and I've taken the stance of banking number 1, Old Fashioned. The only thing that puts me off is that it's going to be a soft track, regardless of the weather. There's been so much rain in the half vault in the last week, and the inside draw down the Vaal Classic straight is not where you want to be, but it's a small field, so how far down the inside are they going to situate the stalls? I don't think very far. He has got the best form on offer when you consider that Just Jazzed Up is back from 374 days, and the likelihood is that she wouldn't have worked and got a crucial piece of work in going into this race meeting. While number 1, Old Fashioned, is relatively fit racing-wise from a 12-day break. Runs to Lonely as a Cloud and runs to Antonio Gaudi. I mean, they are what they are. They're not the strongest form lines, and he also has an annoying habit of losing a little bit of ground at the start. But the blinkers come off, and he did lose that ground with blinkers on, although he also improved his performance with the blinkers on. But Sheldon, this is a particularly shallow race. Bar the 2 horses, there's absolutely nothing that excites me, nothing that looks like it's going to win a maiden anytime soon. So I think in the bar pot, use safe bankering one or the other, but I am more in the camp of Old Fashioned just purely because of fitness.
On to race number 2, where the betting market is very congested. You've gone with numbers 1 and 2, Lady of Arc and Actor Snow. And just giving the betting, number 1, Lady of Arc is 28 to 10. Number 9, Green Extreme, 33 to 10. Number 2, Act on Snow, 9 to 2 down, 4 to 1 with number 10, Misty Metal. And then number 11, World Tour at 5 to 1 and 11 to 2. So Alistair, race number 2, as far as the betting goes, it's very congested.
I'm uneasy with this race, Sheldon. I've just gone with the 2 horses in the bar pot, numbers 1 and 2, but I think it's a bit more open than that. Empress Wu's carded to run on Monday, so it's highly unlikely that she'll run unless they don't get as far as Empress Wu's race. But looking good at the stage of recording anyway. Bilingual's a professional maiden. And then we got the likely improvers of 9 Green Extreme and 11 World Tour. So I think that there's a lot in here with chances. Even number 8 Final Hope is well bred enough to suggest that there might be some improvements, although the debut was decidedly average. But this is why I've settled on numbers 1 and 2. Lady of Art was entitled to need the last run. Ran like she needed the last run as well when she went off to the front, and she just folded the deck over the final 200 meters when beaten by Antonio Gaudi. If that form is franked earlier on by Old Fashioned, that will enhance the confidence in number 1, Lady of Arc. Ryan Munger takes her out for Fani Bronkhorst. I think all her form of what she's put together despite the 8-month break is just compelling enough to make her a big runner, and the horse that they all need to beat. A little bit of a worry whether she might just need one more, but with that setup, I like enough of what I saw last time just to dust off the cobwebs. And then number 2, Act on Snow, it was a weak maiden that she ran in last time, but the winner fully committed, won with a lot in hand. There could be something to come from that Sean Tarry runner that made its debut on that occasion. It looks like good improvements. We'll settle on the fact that it was good improvement from number 2, Act on Snow, last time out, and if she continues on that trend, then there's every opportunity that she'll go well and run fairly close if she doesn't win. So don't know if I'd have a bet on either of them on the nose in race number 2. I'm probably looking at a variety of bets to make some money with some horses at bigger prices, the likes of 8. Well, 9's no price. She's a well-bred daughter. Give me the green light. But between the horses that I've left out, 8, 9, and 11, definitely open of getting into the action. But as far as the suggested bet is concerned, 1 and 2 should suffice, will suffice, hopefully.
Next up will be race number 3, and looking at this event, 13:45 over 1,000 meters. You've gone with numbers 6, 7, and 9. So the top 2 horses in the betting you have left out. Number 8, Dancing Dora at 5-2, 53 kilograms on the back. The 6-year-old mare, Muzieni for Frankie Bronkhorst. Then number 3, which is Take Your Place, Pierce Straden for St. John Gray, 3-1. Number 9, Smelting, 52 kilograms, the 7-year-old mare. You've got this in your play at 4-1. You got number 7, Together Again, at 5-1. Number 1, Gallic Dancer, 7-1. And number 6, In the Ether, at 8.5-1. You've got this in your play. It's then 12-1 and better. Another one of those tricky looking races, leaving out the top 2 in the betting, Alistair?
I think the race just lends itself to a little bit of a train smash, Sheldon. When you look at Dancing Dora, she's held by In the Ether and Together Again. In the Ether finished in front of her by 3 lengths in the run to Nera in the middle of January, and the weights suggest that, again, In the Ether should safely be in front of Dancing Dora. And then again, last time, Together Again finished call that a length in front of Dancing Dora, and Together Again is weighted to stay in front of her. So, although Dancing Dora's got consistent form, she also hasn't won in 2.5 years, so we wouldn't be taking her to the bank, although I do respect her chances of the opening leg of the pick 6. There's no way I could leave her out. But as far as the bar pot is concerned, I've given the motivation why In the Ether and Together Again should be big runners. In the Ether's last run to Vaal Park, that was a mess of a race when there was a whole lot of scrimmaging towards the outside, even the penultimate race behind Nero as well, although she avoided a lot of the mess. She got an outside draw down the Vaal Classic straight, which is going to be an advantage, and she's one of those well-grizzled veterans that just gives of her best time and time again. Ryan Munger takes her out for Grant Maroon. 7 Together Again enters the calculations. Wherever In the Ether is, Together Again should be. Wherever Dancing Dora is on the last run, Together Again should be in front of her. And then Smelting with Garish Dukat on board. I like the last run when Kamati River just outmuscled her. Kamati River's just I wouldn't say rapidly improving 3-year-old, but she's an untapped 3-year-old who's got a lot more to come, certainly a lot more to come than a horse rated 53 with a 4-kilo claimer. But Dukat scraped her into victory when we were strong on the show at the end of last year. And she's just consistent, and the 4-kilo claim makes her alive. And down the straight, I have no issue with the inexperienced apprentices, because all they got to do is just aim in the right direction. So number 9, Smelting, although she is what she is, a 2-time winner from 75 starts, that's just an advert for her in itself. But all the places stack up, and I don't think she'll be too far away with the 4 kgs off the back.
Moving on to the next race here, where we have number 7, Virgin River at 2-1. Then we got number 5, Kia Kaha, that is trading at around 3-1, and then number 1, Just the Two of Us. So those are the horses that are looking to fight out the finish. Let's kick off with number 7, which is Virgin River. She's a 5-year-old bay mare. She's still a 1-time winner, but she's been runner-up in her last 2 runs, and she's been knocking against the door against, I think, the boys. She's running against different type of opposition in a merit rate at 80, 96 earlier on. Where do you put number 7, first or second?
to a dead heat. Sheldon, I think Virgin River should just have the edge over number 5 Kia Kaha, but I think both are alive. I think both of them will suffice in all bets. I think the key race here is on Christmas Eve, when Virgin River finished in front of Kia Kaha by 2 lengths, and Virgin River's still got half a kilo to play with over number 5 Kia Kaha. What is interesting though is the first thing that you mentioned when it came to number 7 Virgin River, and it's the first thing that I noticed. It's almost hard to believe that she's a one-time winner for all of her good form, all of her good runs, and all of the horses that she's run with. She's so sparing the race, she's low mileage, but the fact that she's in some sort of racing routine now, 3rd run after a break, I think all of that stacks up to favour number 7 Virgin River and give her a strong winning chance. Again, a high number draw down the Vaal Classic straight over 1,000 metres is going to suit her, but then Kia Kaha's just drawn 2 lanes away, so that's no train smash either. The horse that beat Kia Kaha last time, Forever in My Dreams, I think is well above average. Form line is already franked. Not much went according to plan for Kia Kaha last time out, and I think if Forever in My Dreams was in this race, then she'd make light of the opposition. So I think all of that just paints into number 5 Kia Kaha's favour as just being a big runner. Just referring to number 1, Just the Two of Us, she's quoted to run on Monday at Turfentine, so there's no way she'll go back to back unless something unforeseen and unlikely and unexpected happens on Monday at Turfentine. She's unlikely to run, so the market should adjust. Maybe number 2 Virginia Beach gets some sort of motivation for going into the pick 6 as well, but I don't think we need to look any further than 5 and 7 for the bar pot and the place accumulator. I'd be comfortable bankering one or the other.
Then moving on to the moment that we've all been waiting for, number 3 Banff. This is a 3-year-old son of the United States. Craig Zaki rides for the powerful Sean Terry stable, and as we speak, Hollywoodbets have 15-10. Won very impressively on debut, then obviously met Chocolate Soldier when things didn't work out, and 3rd to Worlds of Change last time out. Now give us your breakdown of number 3 Banff and why you make this the bet of the week.
Right, the bet of the week. Whatever happens, obviously at the time of recording, no cards for Friday, Saturday or Sunday are out. But as far as Monday, Wednesday and Thursday is concerned, this 15-10 shot, Sheldon, I'd take 5-10 on the son of the United States. This is why. The horse that beat him last time, giving him half a kilo, Winds of Change, is rated 108. So therefore, Banff already, being in a graduation plate, could not be penalised by the handicapper. He would have run to 105 last time. The second horse is a horse rated 114 called Grand Crescendo. Again, on that run, Banff ran a good 12 points above his rating of 93. He goes up in distance, all the progeny at their best over 1,400 and a mile. It's his 3rd run after a break. Sean Terry's yard is coming to hand at a very, very dangerous time for everybody else. It's been a bit quiet for Sean, absolutely, but now things are starting to work out for the yard. What he did on debut at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth was very enticing. That prompted Team Valor's scouts to guards and source the son of the United States. Sheldon, this horse is in disguise. He's a horse rated minimum 108, running off a 93 in an open 3-year-old handicap. It is not often I'm this confident, but I'm having a big bet, and I'd recommend everyone else to have a big bet on number 3 Banff. I cannot see him losing.
Well, there you go. We've extricated everything out of Alistair. He's put forward the motivation, and now you's the punter. Got to either agree or disagree, go head on, or banker in your exotic. So we're all in with number 3 Banff, and hopefully Craig Zaki can guide the son of the United States and fly the flag high for us. As we move on to the next event here, and looking at this event, tell us about your numbers, Alistair. You've gone with quite a few runners here.
Yeah, this is a bit harder. There's no bet of the week in this race, Sheldon, but I think there's a bit of money to be made. 1, 3, 4, and 8 are the numbers that I've gone in with in the final leg of the bar pot. Let's start with number 1, Muscaletta, trained by Paul Matchett, ridden by Pila Sunday and Poli on the run, the Betway Fillies Mile, finished in front of number 3, Oxalis Gold. Penultimate run, I thought was a trifle disappointing. Stepped up last time, beaten 3 parts of a length by Queen of Love when giving her a little bit of weight. She's got to give weight again to the field, but I think that last run is just enough to suggest that a win's just around the corner. Cannot leave her out. 3 Oxalis Gold, I think that she's above average. There's always been whispers out of the de Kock camp that she's got wins to come. Fitness needs to be taken on trust, but the de Kock yard's absolutely firing that of Mike and Matthew. Finished behind Miss Scaletta when they met in the Betway Fillies Mile. That is a little bit of a worry, but she was posted out with a deep draw. I'd keep an eye on her. If she doesn't win now, I think she's going to win soon at a level quite similar to this number 3 Oxalis Gold. 4 Francillion, although carried a light weight last time, she's back against her own sex and back against her own age. That's got to count for something. There is a line of form with Francillion and Accept Cookies, who I'm going to get to in just a moment. On the 12th of December, there was quarter of a length between them, behind Miss Leah, and Francillion is half a kilo better off, so there shouldn't be too much to choose between them. Francillion, I must confess, has had me stumped. I think she's a lot better than her form. Her last run were Sounds of Life, but those twice that she ran fourth behind Francine and Miss Leah, I was a little bit sort of skeptical about those runs, that maybe I was on the wrong track with her, but she's back in my favour, number 4, Francillion. And then, as just mentioned, wherever Francillion is, number 8, Accept Cookies, ought to be right there on the run to Miss Leah. Just touched off last time by Last Ginger, who came with a late run to get the better of Accept Cookies when everybody was on Accept Cookies in the final race on that day. Lightweight's going to bring her alive, and I think that she's got some sort of prayer. So, very complex final leg of the bar pot, and then the pick 6, you'll need as many as you can afford.
That'll take us on to the last 2 races of the day, races 7 and 8. If you're looking to play the last double, hopefully Bamp has already come through to win, and you've got some all-to-comes, or you've already collected, and you'll be playing for free. And in this race, Alistair, looking at the weights, I'm not too concerned about the weights, because 61.5 kilograms for number 1, Secret Chord at 7-2. Number 4, Kinshin Shah, 4-1 with the 60 kilograms. Xanthar, number 2, is at 9-2, 61 kilograms. Big Boy Bruce, number 5, 59 kilograms at 7-1. And then could number 6, Paul Revere, come home smoking at 8-1 with 58 kilograms. And then it's 10s and better.
Sheldon, Paul Revere is an interesting runner in the race. It's a race that I probably wouldn't get too involved in, to be honest, and I need to load up in certainly in the pick 6 and the jackpots. But Paul Revere, I thought that last win over DuPont Emerald was a hard-fought win, and I think that was a fairly good field. Cabello Mazzaniani takes her out for Corey Lindsay. I don't think this horse is all that bad, and again, to Winds of Change at the penultimate start, although beaten out of sight, we've already established that Winds of Change is grade 1 placed and very, very highly rated, well into the hundreds. So there's some sort of motivation for number 6, Paul Revere, to be a bit of a runner. But then we got number 4, Kinshin Shah, who lost, rightly so, lost the last run in the boardroom to Address the Nation. Am I allowed to use the word brass, Kinshin Shah? I think he's conspired to be his own worst enemy a lot of the time throughout his career. Even as a maiden, he just didn't get the job done. I think that he's probably a little bit of an underachiever, but still losing the race in the boardroom last time out, stepping up in distance, a distance that he's not won over, but he has placed over a few times. I think that's going to bring him into the picture. 3 Spring Tradition, don't know about him dropping in trip from a deep draw, so I'm going to sidestep him and go with number 1, Secret Chord, as a horse to consider, obviously, as you mentioned, towards the top of the board. With top weight, Muzi Yeni takes her out for St. John Gray. Consistent since getting out the maidens. Last run to Longsword, who again is just a well-performed sprinter at this type of level. And if Longsword was here, then Secret Chord, if Longsword was here, he would automatically be some sort of chance. So I think that's got to bring number 1, Secret Chord, into the picture. Xanthar quoted to run 24 hours earlier. Unlikely starter. So I think that pretty much gives us the avenue of the penultimate race. In order of preference, I'm going to go 4, 1, and 6 as the 3 horses I think are most likely.
So there we go, numbers 4, 1, and 6, and keep a close eye on the horses that are running on the Monday, and obviously with the meetings being moved in that, just keep a close eye with the weather pattern and watch the horses in the preliminaries, see if they're sweating up, how much work they've had done. Now, Alistair, moving into the last race, and I'm going to hand the baton straight over to you because I've gone through the field, and obviously number 5, Sail the Sky, has met and taken on 1 or 2 horses, twice as wild. He's beaten in the past, the son of Lancaster Bomber. Are you a Sail the Sky fan? Are you a twice as wild fan? Where do you look to go in the lucky last if you are looking to go somewhere?
A nightmare, absolute nightmare, Sheldon. This is a race for the golden oldies and for those that have a lot of time of cracking codes. Let me just say, if number 13, Juniper Green runs, she would be my top selection. I'd be hoping for a scratching, but at the time of recording, obviously no luck at this stage. But 13, Juniper Green, if she runs, put her into everything. Her last run to Green Sapphire against much stronger, I think will set her up as being a huge runner in this race, despite the fact that she takes on boys. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Right, if she doesn't run, where are we going to go? Probably with number 10, Twice as Wild. I liked her last time, Sheldon, where she had never been a stallion. The apprentice race, and she went blazing off to the front. She didn't have too much in the tank over the closing stages, but the inside draw is going to help her. Winning doesn't come easy for this daughter of Twice Over, but she could be in the right place now to give a good account of herself yet again. Another race that I wouldn't be having a bet on the nose, but Far Sail the Sky enters calculations wherever number 4, Written in Stone is, though. Sail the Sky ought to be just behind on their run on the 21st of January. Written in Stone, he raised his bat last time with his 100th career start. Consistency, although it looks like is a strong point at that age and with that much mileage, he is going to throw in the odd bad run, so he's not necessarily a horse that we can take to the bank, number 4, Written in Stone, but he should be alive to run a fairly good race. And then there's another horse here, Sheldon. Raheel and I spoke about her last time, and this would be a Sheldon Peters playbook type of horse. Number 8, Oriental Bouquet. She'll be at a big price. Dennis Schwarz takes the ride for Grant Maroon. Again, her rating has dropped, and last time she showed a few signs of life. Third run after a small break. She was a very good 2-year-old. She's done nothing since, but she could represent a little bit of quartet value. But going back to your initial question, if 13 Juniper Green runs, I'll definitely go with her. If she doesn't run, it opens up in a big way. 4, 5, 10 probably the most likely, but number 8 could be the money maker in the finale for a top 4.
So there we go. The value could lie with Oriental Bouquet, who's come down in the ratings, and Alistair has read my mind exactly the way that it should be, and hoping for a big performance. Now, Alistair, for all your fans out there, we've gone through the race by race previews. You've given Bampers the stamp of approval for the day. Now let's put up your bar pot, which is the suggested bet of yours, and we're going to bring that full screen. If you can take your followers through that, please.
Yep, so the bar pot gets underway at 12:35 on this Tuesday on the Vaal Classic track. It's banking number 1, Old Fashioned, by 1 and 2, Lady of Arc and Act of Snow. Of all the bar pot races, that's a race that I'm most uneasy about. So 8, 9, and 11 are horses to at least consider, but I'm just hoping that one or two run into the top 2. Then 6, 7, and 9 in the ether together again, and Smelting by 5 and 11, Kia Kaha and Virgin River. As mentioned, banker number 3, Banff Everywhere. And then the final leg, 1, Miss Scaletta, 3, Oxalis Gold, 4, Francillion, and 8, Accept Cookies to round off that bar pot.
Well, after a busy weekend's racing, the Monday meeting will be behind us, and we'll be looking forward to the Tuesday meeting. And as always, thanks very much for your time, Alistair. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Sheldon. Thanks to all the viewers, and we'll catch up soon. Looking forward to it all.
There we go. Thanks very much to Alistair Cohen joining us for the preview for the Gauteng meeting. And let's see what the weather gods have to say. But with all the rain around, some of the horses might have missed a bit of work. Some might have had an extra gallop or two. So keep a close eye on the weather patterns. And hopefully we find you in the winner's enclosure.